There are typically three reasons why someone shows up to a course like this on business process improvement. The first is that your company requires you to do continuous education. They pointed you this direction and they said go. So you have to take the course. And for you, I'm going to try and make this as painless and as effective as possible. The second case is that you have a genuine interest in learning. You're interested in project management, process improvement, and you're someone who just wants to keep learning and growing. You're not sure if you have a process improvement opportunity at hand, but you think it might be useful in the future. So to you, I can promise that there is a lot here. We cover different topics throughout leadership, process mapping, and fully understanding the end-to-end process, that no matter who you are or where you come from, there's going to be something here you're going to be able to take away and apply. And third is the type of person who has a problem and they're stuck and they need to find the right solution to solve that problem. A lot of times, these types of people have tried other tools or other processes and it hasn't worked, or they just don't know where to get started. So for you, I promise you that you're in the right place and that you're going to find that this course is what you're going to need to finally get that problem unstuck and fixed for good. Regardless of who you are and why you're here, I truly believe that this course is super powerful for your career. Before we really get started, I want to spend a little bit of time explaining the methodology here and the three critical components of this business process improvement course. Of course, we're going to learn about business process improvement, and we're also going to learn process mapping, and then we're also going to learn leadership. It may not make sense intuitively if you just want to say, I'm here to map a process, figure out the quickest way to fix it, and be done with it. But anyone who has tried to fix a problem like that knows there's a lot more that goes into the process in the beginning, middle, and end. That's where leadership comes in. And that's where understanding the complete framework of business process improvement. You want to have a strong toolkit so you can choose what piece or what tool to use at each time. So you're not trying to use the wrong approach for the wrong type of problem. And of course, that'll lead to other issues later on. So what we're going to learn in this course is that all three components here are important and they are critical to understanding, okay, we understand what the process is, we work with the people to get the information, the right information, and then we work to get support, leadership, the sense of urgency to ensure that people at the top, middle, and bottom of the organization understand this process needs to be fixed. They understand that we're fixing it, and they understand that when we're done, we need to have good controls to ensure that it stays fixed. So in this course, you'll learn all three pieces, and I think that's the real value of this course versus a few others that say just cover technical process mapping. I also want to cover what the learning outcomes will be for you at the end of this course. So here they are. First, we're going to learn what the DMAIC framework is and how that is applied to our end-to-end process here in learning the material and then using that information to solve problems and improve processes. Next, we're going to learn about the different types of process maps and teach you how to select the best one for whatever process you're trying to understand. Third, we're going to learn how to diagram processes using a modern tool. Next, we're going to learn how to analyze problems and effectively implement solutions by conducting process interviews. That is working with the people who are in the processes day to day to get the real source of information to ensure that we fully understand the process. Next, we're going to work on mastering the soft skills and influence dynamics that are critical to project leadership. Next, we're going to learn to consider different types of solutions and alternatives and identify, okay, which one do we pick when we have a few options to go with. And then the final two are that we're going to learn how to gather support and lead a team to implement solutions that stick. And finally, we're going to learn end-to-end best practices to identify the processes, fix the processes, and then ensure that the organization and the individuals ensure that those solutions remain in place afterward. And that is what this course is going to be about. You're going to learn a lot, and these are effective skills. This isn't something you're going to learn and then forget or not use. This is stuff that applies to every type of job and every type of organization. So I'm excited to get started. Finally, before we kick off into the material, I just want to briefly cover who I am. Who is this guy that's going to teach us anything about process improvement or project management or leadership. I think the easiest way to describe myself is I consider myself a lifelong student. I started my career in accounting roles and then became a manager and then a director. But I found in each of these roles and in each of these organizations, the one thing that remains constant is the need to ensure that your organization has really strong processes. So that means you can make the job more interesting, more dynamic, and you're spending a lot less time on things that don't matter, doing manual workarounds, and just being frustrated. So there's so many different ways I've used process improvement to improve my overall career, improve my career trajectory, and really just to learn more about how business works, how leadership works, how processes work as a result. So I have been working in process improvement effectively for 10 years. And I think I'm ready to share what I've learned. I'm ready to share what others think about process improvement. I'm ready to show you this complete framework that's been proven out by myself and others that you can just pick up and use right away. So that is who I am. My name is Benjamin Wan, and I'm excited to get started and kick off this course with you on the next slide.